Okay, checking out a cool chord concept today. So I've heard these referred to as shell chords. I've kind of always just thought of them as taking big chords and making them a little bit smaller, particularly with major 7, dominant 7, and minor 7 chords, which usually have big voicings. Things like that, all these 4-note chords. So the idea here is with these 3 chords, major 7, dominant 7, and minor 7, they're 4-note chords. However, the one of those notes that's in the chord is the least important note, and that's the 5th. For example, in a major 7 chord, we have the 1 from the major scale, the 3rd note from the major scale, the 5th note from the major scale, and the 7th note from the major scale. They're all in here. But the 5th is in all 3 of those chords. It's not one of the defining notes of the chord. It doesn't have the most important information. The 1, the 3, and the 7 are the notes that define the chord and give it its characteristic sound. So the idea is to remove the 5th and get it out of there. So if we were to take this idea with a major 7 chord, and we have note 1, note 3, note 7, we put those 3 notes together. So now we have just 3 notes here that are the most important parts of a C major 7 chord. And that's all we need for a C major 7 chord. We don't always want to have one of these big giant voicings. Sometimes we keep it small. Just the important stuff. So major 7 is 1, 3, 7. We took the 5 out. If we were to change this to a dominant 7 or C7, the only difference between major 7 and dominant 7 is that the 7 becomes a flat 7. So now we have C dominant 7, 1, 3, flat 7. And for minor 7, we make one more adjustment. Minor 7, instead of a regular 3, has a flat 3. And whether you want to spread it out like this or change the fingers up a little to make it less stretchy, down here it can be a little bit of a stretch. It's all the same regardless of which finger choices. So altogether, we have major 7, 1, 3, and 7, dominant 7, which is 1, 3, flat 7, minor 7, which is 1, flat 3, flat 7. And now we could basically use these for all the chords within the key. So C major 7 would be the first chord, D minor 7, second chord, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7, A minor 7. Now technically when we get to the B, the 7th note or 7th chord of the key, that's where we'd have our minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now that has flat 5 right in the name, so we know in that chord the 5, or the flat 5 in this case, is important. However, we don't have to include that note. If we go here with the minor 7 shape, we have the 1, the flat 3, and the flat 7. So we're missing the flat 5, but we don't have to put it there. So we can actually use all these 3 shapes for all 7 chords within the key if we wanted to. Pretty cool. Nice small voicings, but same big chords. And this same idea could be applied to this string, sorry. So we got C over here, we have C over here. Now the only difference when you move to this string is that over here we had 1, 3, 7. They kind of went up in order. Over here, it's 1, 7, 3. So they just get jumbled a little bit differently. The shapes are slightly different. But that's what your major 7 would look like over here. 1, 7, 3. And if we were to turn it into a dominant, we'd find that 7, drop it down, flat it. Now we have our dominant 7. And if we wanted minor 7, we find that 3, and we bring that down. So whether you cram these all in like this, or use a different set of fingers, or do something more like this. It's all the same thing. It's just preference on which way you want to deliver it. So this is C major 7, and so is this. This is D minor 7, and so is this. E minor 7, E minor 7. So you can get all the chords from any key that you need on the E string or the A string, as long as you map out these little shapes. And these are really cool ideas for funk and soul, and especially jazz is definitely how it started, but these days you hear it even in pop music. Really cool vibes from these chords. Pretty cool. So check out some shell chords, give them a shot.